Hello, my dolly friends. It's Gina, and today I'm doing a completely different video. Today is a tour of the home I grew up in, as far as the backyard and the pets that I have at my parents' home. So, this is a view of the backyard from their back door. It does have two lower levels. We're on the lower level. There's the gate leading to the backyard from the side of the house. And the barbecue grill. It is a gas grill. The gas runs from the inside of the house, so they never have to have anything refilled, and they just turn it on in the spring. And they've replaced the actual grill on the inside a number of times, but that's that. They have their white wrought iron picnic area thing. There's one of their little benches. This area here where you can see the grass and like a tree stump, and this whole section used to be a vegetable garden. And prior to the vegetable garden, our 3-foot above ground swimming pool went there. And then along, it's not at all like it was when I was a kid, and the neighbors' dogs are barking. But right along here, along this fence, were beautiful red roses. And there's another little narrow gate and the air conditioning. But yeah, this used to be a 3-foot above ground pool used to be here too. But not now, obviously. And being my parents are in their 80s, it's kind of hard for them. No, Bella. There's Bella. Bella. Bella, come here. Hi, Bella girl. She's wanting back in the house. Anyway, here's a sundial that they bought and Dad has whitewashed. This concrete wall here to the second level of the yard, on this side and on this side, Dad had at one time built it with my uncles, and they kept it back with railroad ties. Now those two little steps have always been there my whole life. They did put aggregate down. There was a number of patios. My parents had brick. This used to be just solid concrete. All kinds of things. Okay, and then they fenced the yard when my sisters and I were little. You can still see where some of the daylilies grow in the summer, spring and summer. And there's their fence. And of course, ivy has taken over the fence. And right here, where Mother Mary is, this used to be a pine tree that had been mine, but it got a disease, so they chopped it down. So my mom put Mother Mary there. And then this big old pine tree way here in the back, that is one my sister planted as a seedling. And it's still there. And then way back here in this corner, we're reminiscing, guys, but way back here in this corner was, and I probably almost can still feel, well, the ground's pretty even now, but this is where, when we were kids, our swing set was right here. And we had the swings and the slide, and it had the 2 swings, and it had the big glider thing, and then the 2-seater little glider, and a big old slide. So that was that. And there's a bird bath that Dad hasn't gotten to whitewashing yet, but he will, and he's not sure what to do. I tried to talk him into letting me buy like a little, like going ahead and whitewashing it, and then we could put like a mosquito repellent thing in the water, and we could use one of those digital sun fountains that are real low, and I thought that would be pretty. And then they put the shed in, I don't know how many years ago, but when I was a kid there was no shed there. But much later, the shed came. And see, the backyard, I mean, it's deeper than people realize. And where this wooden fence is back behind the bird bath and that, at one time this was all open and there was no fences at all. And I used to play with the kids that lived in that house. And they've redone that back porch and back area. And then you know, my mom and dad through the years have had different plants, although I believe this is still their snowball bush. It's very old. A neighbor, oh gosh, I think I was 5 or 6 when we got this, and she gave my mom a start from her bush. So it's a very old. And then I don't know exactly what, I don't know what that one is. I don't remember. I remember as a kid honeysuckle growing along the fences, and my friends and I coming and eating the honeysuckle. But anyway, I'm gonna stand over here. There's Bella. Bella, she's such a good doggy. Hi, baby girl. Hi, baby girl. Can you sit? Can you sit and look pretty? Say, of course I can with my back to you. Say, of course I can with my back to you. But this is the back of the house. Now, I know it doesn't look like much, but my parents' house is much bigger than it appears. And this is just the back. It's kind of narrow in some respects, but it's deep, if that makes any sense. So, and that's just the back door to their house. And I love it. And it just, you know, you're probably all bored, but, and my mother, oh my gosh, the flowers we used to plant in front of this wall, and the flower beds, and all along that fence. It was incredible when I was a kid. I remember I planted snapdragons along here. Bella, Bella, what are you doing? Bella, Bella, what are you doing? What are you doing? Hi. Hi, big girl. Sit. Can sit. Sit. You're not going to sit. I'm going to come in. Let's go in the house. Let's go in the house. Okay. And now I just stepped into their kitchen from the back door, and this is the work area of the kitchen. And these cabinets were actually custom put in. And when I was a little girl, and I know this may not be to everybody's taste, but this is what my mother loved. And although when Mom kept the kitchen, like the things there on the counter, the only thing out was the teapot and the spoon rest, and then the wooden spoons. She didn't have vitamins and dog treats there. And then like over here, the only thing that was over here was the wooden bowl with bananas in it. But you know, she can't see anymore, so dad does what he wants. And then up here is more of her pretties and the cabinets and these drawers. And this little bitty narrow cabinet, the cabinet makers had said, we can't put anything there. It's not for a full-size cabinet. And my mom said, why can't we make a long, tall, skinny one for special glasses? And so they did. And my mom, and so the cabinet maker said, okay. So anyway, so that's that, and the dishwasher. Now, this is the area. This is the kitchen area where we eat. And believe it or not, 5 of us sat around this table, although it was a different table and chairs at the time. But Dad sat in that corner. I was there. Mom sat there, and then both of my sisters shared this area of the table. I think the table might have been a little bigger. You have to excuse the mess, guys. This is how it looks when Dad's in charge. And here is their formal dining room. Here's a clock. Dad doesn't have it on right now. But when you come in, and this is obviously and these floors were refinished. These had been that blonde oak, and my parents had them refinished. There's a chair, pictures. The hutch. Here's the hutch. My mom's dining hutch, and the ships and that. And her pretty little chandelier, which I know a lot of people are going to be like, eh. And the living room was big. Now, Christmas tree goes over here. And there's the piano. And their secretary. And see, they had a lot of windows in this room. and above the piano. And then the front door kind of comes in the center. And this is the other section of the living room. And, you know, they have Mom put this antique table back here so that it kind of made like a false wall between the new spots. And from the front door, here is what you walk into and see. You see this and the pretty lamp and the sofa. And you can tell my mother loves colonial early American. And this clock above the mantle, it's a real German clock. Oh, did they move that? Here's another clock. They kind of, can you tell they liked clocks at one time? And entertainment center. My dad's brother and sister-in-law who have passed, he put those up there. Pretty things up on the mantle. Although some of this, Dad has changed because Mom didn't have it quite that way, but that's okay. That's okay. That's just the way things are. And Beans, he has to do everything. He has the right to make changes. So anyway, so this is the living room. It's quite long and narrow, but it's really pretty, and I love the fireplace. I really do. And it was wood burning, and then they changed it to gas logs, and I still love their fireplace. I think it's pretty, and I think that's why to this day I love a fireplace in a home. And if the rugs are askew, it's because the doggy. So now we're going to go through the dining room into a little central hallway. I am going to flip a light on because it's quite dark in here. But this is the master bedroom on the first floor. It's not huge, but it works. Wallpaper, a picture of my grandmother when she was young. I don't know if I can get it so you can see her without reflection. She died before my mother was born. But anyway, this is the master bedroom down here. And of course, a hall bathroom. I mean, it's nothing much to see, just a bathroom. And this is a second bedroom. They took the door off. Used to have a door, it's in the basement, but this used to be my bedroom when I was a little girl at first. My bed was along that wall. My chest of drawers was over here, and I had a little night table where that bench is. And a baby crib was over here on that wall. And now this is my parents' TV room. And this is a antique roll-top desk that was passed down from my mother's side of the family that her great-great-grandfather had used when he published the newspaper in Longtown, Missouri, near Perryville, Missouri. Yeah, so that's kind of a neat piece. And, you know, Mom has pretty things, and some of it Dad has not changed. You know, like these things are up. That's Mom's. And this clock here was just a kitchen clock in the farmhouse down in Perryville, Missouri, that my great-grandmother owned. And it's going to be mine someday. And I love it. Absolutely love it. And then in this little wood cabinet they found, I think it was a pie safe actually. But they store their DVDs in there, CDs for music. Makes a nice place to store things. So that's that. And like I said, the central hallway. What I love too about this house is, see the built-ins? These are built in, and this is where they keep their towels and their sheets and their linens for the first floor. And then there's storage there, and there was a closet. And this, I'm going to open the door, is the steps. Hi, kitty kitty. This is the steps to the upstairs. And this has been replaced several times. And Mom and Dad When we moved in here, this was all unfinished. In fact, I'm going to step back a little so you can see. I just got to watch. So this goes upstairs. And that came off that central hall. So like I said, my parents' house looks tiny from the outside, but when you get in, it's like, hey, this is pretty cool. Hi, Vito. There's Vito the cat. Vito, look at me. Vito, Vito. Hi, baby. Hi. Hi, pretty kitty. Hi. Hi, baby. Hi, pretty kitty. What are you doing? What are you doing up there? So I'm going to come up the steps real quick. And then we'll get